Good morning, students. Learning new things in our day-to-day life give joy and happiness. So, let me welcome you all to the class Joy of Learning. Before entering into the session, let me give some instructions. First of all, be punctual, children. Buy a new long-size unrolled notebook for physical science. Do the given assignment neatly in that notebook. Now, let's enter into our class with happiness. Watch all the videos carefully and enjoy. Thank you, children. Dear children, warm greetings to you all. Today, we are going to study a lesson in chemistry. As we look at our surroundings, we see a variety of things with different shapes, size, and texture. Everything in this universe is made up of a material which is called matter. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, stones, clouds, stars, trees, and planets, everything is a matter. Matter is a substance which occupies space and has some mass. In other words, they have both mass and volume. This matter is made up of tiny particles. When we divide these particles further and further, we get the tiniest particle called atom. Yes, today we are going to see the lesson atoms and molecules. Now, let's recapitulate a few topics in atoms and molecules through a video. Stay connected. Thank you, children. Atoms and molecules. Any object that occupies space and has weight is called matter. Matter is always found in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Matter is made up of millions of tiny particles called atoms. Whether solid, liquid, or gas, an atom forms the basic unit. Atom comes from the Greek word atomos, meaning indivisible. The theory of atom was put forth by ancient Indian and Greek scientists. However, this theory could not be proved because of the lack of technology. These tiny particles can be seen through the scanning tunneling microscope. The structure of the atom resembles an egg. The nucleus in the middle is like the yolk of the egg, and the orbit around it is like the egg white. The nucleus has a positively charged protons and neutrally charged neutrons, and the orbits have negatively charged electrons. Two or more atoms combine to raise the molecule. A molecule can be two atoms of the same element or the combination of the different elements. We are going to learn about the atomic number and mass number. When we look at the periodic table, we see that each element is placed in a box. When you notice, there will be two numbers. One is the atomic number and another is the mass number. What does it mean? The atomic number has a symbol Z. It represents the number of protons in an atom of the element. For example, lithium contains 3 protons in each atom. Atoms of the different elements have different atomic numbers because they vary in the number of protons. An atom of hydrogen has atomic number 1 because it contains only 1 proton. But oxygen has the atomic number 8 because it contains 8 protons. Now we are going to see the mass number. Mass number is represented by the letter A. Mass number is the sum of the protons and the neutrons present in the atom of the each element. Relative mass of the protons and the neutrons are 1, and the mass of the electron is so small, so it is negligible. Now we are going to calculate the number of neutrons present in a particular element. Mass number is equal to atomic number plus number of neutrons. We know that atomic number is the number of protons in an atom. Mass number is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. For example, oxygen, its mass number is 16 and its atomic number is 8. Number of neutrons is equal to mass number minus the number of protons. That is 16 minus 8 is equal to 8. Now let us see another example. We are taking lithium. Its atomic number is 3 and its mass number is 7. So the number of neutrons is equal to mass number minus number of protons. So 7 minus 3, we would be getting 4 as a number of neutrons. So lithium has 4 neutrons. Thank you very much. We have seen atomic number and mass number in this module, and let us meet in the next module. Hello everyone. In this module, we are going to see the main postulates of modern atomic theory one by one. The first postulate is an atom is no longer indivisible. John Dalton has mentioned that atoms are hard, indivisible spheres. But the scientists have proved that atoms can be further divided into subatomic particles such as proton, neutron and electron. J.J. Thomson discovered electron. Proton was discovered by Ernest Rutherford and neutron was discovered by James Chadwick. These discoveries proved Dalton's atomic theory is incorrect. Let me repeat the first postulate. An atom is no longer indivisible after the discovery of electron, proton and neutron. Children, let's see the other postulates in the next video. Stay connected. Thank you. Dear students, the next postulate of modern atomic theory is atoms of the same element have different atomic mass. Discovery of isotopes. For example, chlorine 1735 and chlorine 1737. Isotopes are the atoms of the same element having same atomic number but they differ in their mass number because they vary in the number of neutrons. Now let's pass on to the next postulate. Atoms of the different elements may have the same atomic masses. Discovery of isobars. For example, argon and calcium. Argon 1840 and calcium 2040. Atoms of the different elements, for example, argon and calcium, they have the same mass number because the sum of the protons and the neutrons in the nucleus of each atom is the same. Now, let's see these isotopes, isobars and isotones with examples in the video and pass on to the next postulate. See and enjoy. Thank you. Now we are going to discuss about the topic isotopes, isobars and isotones. Isotopes. Isotopes are the atoms of the same element having same atomic number but different mass number. Points to remember. They have same number of protons and electrons. They have different number of neutrons present in the nucleus. Common example is hydrogen, which has three isotopes: protium, deuterium and tritium. In protium, the atomic number is 1 and the mass number is also 1. In protium, there is only one electron, one proton and 0 neutron. In deuterium, one electron and one proton and one neutron is present. In tritium, one electron, one proton and 2 neutrons are present. Next, we are going to see about the isobars. Atoms of the different element having same mass number but different atomic number are called isobars. Points to remember. The sum of the protons and the neutrons of the nucleus of the atom is the same. Examples: argon, calcium and potassium. They have same mass number 40. Isotones. Atoms of the different element having same number of neutrons but different mass number are called isotones. They have same number of neutrons. For example, oxygen, nitrogen and carbon. Hi students. The fourth postulate of modern atomic theory is atoms of one element can be transmuted into the atoms of the other elements. In other words, atom is no longer indestructible. Discovery of artificial transmutation. Children, artificial transmutation means the formation of new elements by artificial means. For example, when an element is bombarded with alpha particle, new elements were formed. Watch the video and understand the concept. Thank you, children. Artificial transmutation. Artificial transmutation is the conversion of one element into another by artificial methods. The first successful artificial transmutation was carried out by Rutherford. When nitrogen was bombarded by the alpha particle with sufficient energy, a rare isotope of oxygen and the proton were formed. Nitrogen and helium is oxygen and proton. This process is called nuclear reaction. Thank you. Dear students, the other postulates of modern atomic theory are: atoms may not always combine in a simple whole number ratio. Example, glucose. Its molecular formula is C6H12O6. That is, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, they combine in a ratio 6:12:6. That is, in a simple ratio 1:2:1. But the sucrose, its molecular formula is C12H22O11. That is, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen combine in a ratio 12:22:11, which is not a simple ratio. The next postulate of modern atomic theory is the atom is the smallest particle that it takes part in a chemical reaction. This postulate, it is very easy and already we knew it. Then the next postulate, the mass of an atom can be converted into energy E is equal to mc square. When a nuclear reaction occurs, the mass of the product is found to be less than the mass of the reactants. The difference in mass is converted into energy in accordance with the equation E is equal to mc square, where E is equal to energy liberated, m is equal to disappeared mass, and c is the speed of the light. So, we have completed all the postulates. Learn all the postulates thoroughly because this is very important in the point of examination. Thank you, children. Thank you very much. Dear children, in this module, we are going to see about atom and atomic mass. As we all know, anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Atoms are the building blocks of matter. Since matter has mass, it must be due to its atom. According to the modern atomic theory, an atom contains subatomic particles such as proton, neutron, and electron. The protons and the neutrons have considerable mass, but electrons do not have such considerable mass. Thus, the mass of an atom is mainly contributed by its proton and neutrons, and hence the sum of the number of the protons and the neutrons of an atom is called its mass number. Individual atoms are very small and it is very difficult to measure its mass. You can measure the mass of the macroscopic materials in gram and kilogram. The mass of an atom is measured in atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit is 1/12 of the mass of the carbon-12 atom, an isotope of carbon which contains 6 protons and 6 neutrons. This carbon-12 isotope is kept as a standard for measuring it. Let's see the relative atomic mass in the next video. Thank you, children. Watch the video. Thank you. Children, as we have seen earlier, individual atoms are very small and it is difficult to measure their masses. So, the early pioneers of chemistry used to measure the atomic mass of these atoms relative to an atom of the another element. Suppose, imagine, we are going to the market to buy some vegetables. If we ask the shopkeeper to give 1 kilogram of tomato, he will keep the 1 kilogram weight on one pan and he will measure the tomato on the other pan. This is how keeping the standard weight on one pan and measuring the other objects. Just like that, they measured the mass of the atom by keeping carbon-12 isotope as their standard, because carbon-12 isotope is available in abundance in nature. Now, let's see the definition of relative atomic mass. Relative atomic mass of an element is the ratio between the average mass of its isotopes to 1/12th part of the mass of the carbon-12 atom. It is denoted by AR. It is otherwise called standard atomic weight. Relative atomic mass AR is equal to average mass of the isotope of the element to 1/12th of the mass of the one carbon-12 atom. Children, watch the video and you will be more clear about this fact. Thank you, children. How do we calculate the mass of the single atom? Is it practical to measure the mass of the single atom? Is there any instrument to measure the mass of the single atom? Let us find the answers for these questions. Imagine we have two objects A and B. Object A weighs 12 kg, we know, but we do not know the weight of the object B. That's what we need to find. How do we find the answer for it? Let's put these objects in the side of the balance and see what happens. Object A is heavier. When we want to find the weight of the B, we need something smaller to compare. Then we cut the object A into 6 pieces. And now we compare the object B with one piece. Still, the piece A is heavier than B. This probably tells us we need still smaller piece for comparison. So, now we cut the object A into 12 equal pieces, which means 12 each piece weighs 1 kilogram. And when we place one piece on the pan, now both becomes equal. Now, what does the weight of the object be? The weight of the object B is also 1 kilogram. Let me ask something now. Is mass of B 1 by 12th of the object A? Yes, it is correct. Since the atoms are so small that we cannot calculate it directly, we usually calculate with the mass of the carbon 12 atom. That is, we take carbon 12 as a standard. What is carbon 12? What does it mean? Carbon has many isotopes. Carbon 12 is one among them. We have already seen what is an isotope. We know that they are different forms of the same element. Carbon 12 isotope is found everywhere in nature. Thus, the atom of the carbon 12 is considered as a standard unit. The atomic mass of an atom is calculated with respect to the atomic mass unit. And how do we find the one atomic mass unit? Now, atomic mass unit is defined as the mass unit which is equal to the 1 by 12th of the mass of the carbon 12 atom. So, let us assume this is one carbon 12 atom. We take one piece out of the complete unit. Can we say the mass of the single piece? Is it one atomic mass unit? Absolutely. This is used as a standard for calculating the atomic mass of the other elements also. Now, in the table, let us see the atomic masses of the few elements. How do we understand this in a simple way? Let me ask you a question. How do we measure the mass of a person? We use a unit called kilogram. We say that the mass of the person is 50 kilogram. Similarly, the atomic mass of the oxygen atom is atomic mass unit. This is how we measure the mass of an atom. The unit is atomic mass unit. Thank you, children. Let us see in the next video.